Okay.
Uh-huh.
PETA president explains, this is an article from the New York Post. PETA president explains why she wants her flesh to be barbecued after she dies.
Is she for real?
Yeah. Now, remember, before I start this, remember I always use PETA as an example when I said people go too far?
The extreme.
And I said the transgender movement, in my opinion, is moving like the PETA movement.
Right.
You going too much. And whereas you could have had some people maybe not do meat as much, maybe say, you know what, I'll do meat twice a week or three times.
I'll lay off of it.
And maybe I'll do vegetables more often. And
I'll
I'll work my way through it, maybe.
You're educating me on some things.
But they go so far with the statements that they make and throwing paint on people's coats and all this stuff that people eat meat excessively just to piss them off.
Yes.
That's the same thing with the transgender movement. Because you pushing it so much
in our face like this.
Kids getting reconstructive surgery, men, people transgendering with penises in women's washrooms, all this stuff that you could have had people on your side.
Right.
But because you're pushing it to it, you're so strong, people turn off.
Right.
Now they don't want to have nothing to do with it.
You're going too far.
So this is what this lady did. People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA president Ingrid Newkirk, says she updated her will to include a request for her flesh to be cooked and for her body parts to be transformed into activist messages post-mortem. I am deathly serious, she said in an interview with Fox News Digital about her post-mortem plans put into her will, which were announced Monday. She explained that she wanted her flesh to be cooked with specifically onions in a human barbecue after she dies in order to raise the point that flesh is flesh and how she believed no one should be eating animals. You can barbecue my flesh and you'll smell it cooking with those onions. Oh, I want some of that, but it will make you think, won't it? She actually thinks this is why she's
trying to go to the extreme of her body being cooked, where she knows people go, ooh. She wants that same.
The way you feel about my flesh
with animals
is the way we feel about animals' flesh.
With animals.
Now, Charlemagne gave her Donkey of the Day, and he was right. He said, I hate to break it to you, Ingrid, but if people are hungry enough, they'll eat you.
They'll eat you. We talked about that movie Alive. Y'all go and rent that.
Yeah. Right. And it's not a human.
That movie Alive, it was about that soccer, it was either soccer, Brazilian soccer team or whatever, that plane crashed. Olympians, and they had surviving in the winter. It was like an Antarctic kind of snow. And some of them were dying and they needed food. They had to resort to cannibalism. The ones who died much earlier, their bodies was frozen. They actually took the body and did what she wants them to do. And I would eat
her too.
Did what she wanted them to do. They were shunned when they got home, a lot of them who did survive, because they had to survive off of the ones that passed away. And of course, they waited till they passed away. They didn't take their life. They waited till they passed away. One girl, she just died naturally. She said, I can't do it. I can't eat human flesh. So I thought about that movie for survival. They ate the people who passed away. If you
get hungry enough.
My goodness. And she wants hers barbecued with onions.
With onions at a barbecue. She wants them to have it like at a barbecue.
Okay.
It says PETA started off with humble beginnings. Okay. Now they have over 9 million members and an annual budget of $80 million. So a lot of people are giving money to PETA. Which
I'm for I get the organization.
I'm not going to sit here and dog out PETA.
Yeah.
PETA has done a lot, in my opinion, to bring awareness to the unethical treatment of animals. And I agree with that. I don't like dogs tied up outside and people starving their dogs and abusing
even taking
them.
the lives of these animals, even to put
using them as target practice. Throwing, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I don't like hunting whales, hunting elephants for their tusks, and leaving the whole body of the elephant out there. Yes. I hear you. I get it, Peta. Yes. I'm listening to what you're saying.
Yes.
But when you guys start throwing paint on people or making comments like what she just did, you go too far.
Now you're starting to lose the respect of the people, the membership, and people who needs an understanding of what you guys are all about. We're thinking now you kind of Lulu.
And people think you're crazy. Somebody got a sign up said, "Stop eating pigs." My mother said, "I love pigs." I'm sorry. Baby, back in the South, they eat them from the root. What they say, the rooter to the tutor.
And I know there's a lot.
I can't watch it though. Yeah. I watched on YouTube them slaughter a pig and cut it. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But I can show eat them.
Yeah. My mom saw a chicken when she was younger. A chicken's head get cut off, and she couldn't eat chicken for a while.
But she back to eating it now.
She's back to eating it now. My mom couldn't even eat the game plate that we had when we were in South Africa and we went to the safaris. We saw so many animals in the safaris. Even at that time, a female lion had just killed one of those deers, and she was sitting there protecting it.
Right, for the other animals.
So other would come and get it.
What does Peta not address that?
That's nature.
But how come they don't address? Has anybody comment down below if you're a vegetarian or whatever?
Yeah.
How do you explain other animals hunting other animals?
Right. I guess she's.
And
okay
if you
with
say, "Well, we're supposed to be more intelligent," then why would she say barbecue her? Yeah. If we're more intelligent than a lion that's out there or whatever, a bear.
It's supposed to be.
If we're supposed to be animals that's more intelligent, I don't believe we're animals, but let's just go with that. That we're animals, but we're more intelligent. Right, that we're more intelligent. Evolved. Why would she say to barbecue herself and think that that's on the same level as barbecuing an animal? You have a thought process. I thought you were supposed to be more involved.
But no, I'm trying to get in her head. She's trying to make a point with the flesh, the human being cooked. We would definitely not be open to that.
Because most people are not intelligent.
And there's some countries that are cannibals. They do that that's their way of life.
Right.
But here in America, we would be like, "Oh my God, no, I'm not going to eat a woman's flesh."
But she don't realize.
And she wants us to think that way when it comes to animals.
But she don't realize we are one disaster away from eating each other.
Oh, no.
Let the sun not shine for 30 days or whatever, and see how many cannibals. Everybody start turning to cannibals.
People,
she don't realize that.
And I do respect, because I have friends that are vegetarians. I have friends that are vegans. We had a coworker that was a vegan, and we had to be real careful where we went to eat out with her, because there's certain things that vegans is more stricter.
Right.
There's even other names for these groups that just eat fish. I know there's different names for it. But one of the things I was reading in the Bible, and I know
and vegans don't eat anything.
God had to show Peter that dream that Peter had, the vision that God showed Peter, because a lot of the children of Israel, they had a strict diet, kosher, everything. And even to this day, a lot of Jews who practice Judaism, they have a strict diet. Because I even call myself in one of the cities, going up in the area where they live, going up to a Dunkin' Donuts to get me a meat sandwich. They didn't serve meat. And I was like, days, what? Right? No, that was a kosher. That was for them. That was their area, the neighborhood.
Okay.
But when God showed Peter that vision, he said, everything I create is good.
Right.
Everything. So a lot of us, you got your own reasons for being a vegan, a vegetarian, and I don't knock nobody.
Right.
And even people that I have friends that are Muslim, they don't do the pork and all of that. I respect
but
you.
But don't go overboard.
But you go to the extreme, especially when you criticize people who still do eat meat.
Yeah. What'd you say,
I'm
Mom?
sorry.
Oh, yeah.
He called it unclean.
Wendy says she's throwing the baby away with the bathwater. So my thing is,
wow, she went too far.
I understand, and trust me, the more that we go into the using pesticides and all that other kind of crazy stuff, I understand more and more why, or the way we slaughter and feed
the
these,
way we take their lives,
and we feed them. We feed them junk. The food, the chicken. There's no real chicken with a leg this big.
I know. They insert
so it's they steroids and all kind of stuff. So I get it. I understand healthy reasons you don't want to or whatever. But I also understand too, if you eat vegetables that's being sprayed by stuff, you got to still choose your vegetables right.
Yeah.
But you have to understand
organic.
Even then, you got to.
I feel like with organic.
Even then, stuff the rain from the sky
and we
has stuff in it.
And you can see we're two big girls. We didn't get this size from salads.
No, vegetarian don't mean nothing. I seen big vegetarians.
Have you?
Oh, Lizzo is vegetarian. Vegetarian don't mean nothing.
That's right, because
you can eat potatoes and potatoes.
A lot of starch.
Okay. You can eat potatoes and
true.
pasta all day long.
You got some big veggies.
Yeah. Or pasta and bread and all that.
Fat vegetarians. That's just a shame.
Rice, all of that stuff. You could be fat and be a vegetarian.
You would think you'll slim down a little bit. You're not eating a lot of heavy.
Let me tell you something. If I'm fat, I'm not a vegetarian. I'm eating steak and everything else. I'm not going to be fat and a vegetarian. That don't even make sense. That's why people be going after Lizzo.
Yeah.
They shouldn't, but they do.
I didn't know she was
You're fat and you don't eat meat? No. If I'm fat, I'm eating ribs, everything. I'm going out in the bag. I'm not going out with a salad. And I'm fat.
And they came at her.
Absolutely not.
I don't know why we got on Lizzo. They came at her too because she's a vegetarian. Because she dances a lot. And they figure
That's the other thing.
Dance vegetarian.
You are fat. You dance all the time. She exercises.
Yes.
You're fat. You exercise all the time, and you don't eat meat. Are you out of your mind? I'm fat. I'm eating I'll eat gyro, a steak, everything.
Yes.
And I'm not going to exercise. I'm going to live a fat woman's life.
Yes.
I'm not going to get up and run in the morning, not eat the steak, and be fat.
Those three black men at the Olympians. Black power.
Not.
That's like black power.
Yeah.
Fat power.
Yes.
Fat power.
Can't stand fat vegetarians. Stop. This is a word to fat vegetarians. Stop it. Stop being a fat vegetarian or a fat vegan. Yeah. If you're not eating meat, it's for health reasons.
Yes.
So why are you fat?
Or the way they're prepared, like how they're killing them and
so why are you fat?
I don't know.
But then some people said cows don't eat meat and they fat. There was a comedian that said, I don't remember that. He said, why are cows fat? But they only eat grass.
I don't think they're
fat. They fat.
I don't think they're considered fat.
Yes,
I think
they are.
pigs are and hogs.
No, but cows are fat. And they only eat.
And hippopotamus.
But they don't. Well, hippopotamus eat meat. But
okay.
Do they? No, they don't.
Do they eat meat?
No, they don't.
Does a hippopotamus eat meat?
No, but a rhino does. But a hippo. So there you go.
But when we
why they fat?
When we sat in that safari in South Africa, and we saw nature take its place.
They eat each other.
We saw it was a leopard. What was it? A leopard or a jaguar?
It was a jaguar
limping, and we said he don't have long because he limping. I know something's gonna tear him.
They gonna tear him apart.
Yes, that's nature. But for us humans, that's what PETA is standing for. They don't want us eating the animals. Let the animals eat themselves.
She is the donkey of the day.
Okay.
She wants, and she's put it in her will. When she passes away,
to barbecue her
she
flesh.
wants to be barbecued, and she wants her body to be cut up in pieces, and with onions and cooked, and sent to activists or whoever to prove a point that flesh is flesh.
Who's gonna do that?
Somebody will cut her
up.
Her
committee? Who's gonna do that?
All she need to do is run into a serial killer. They'll give her she don't need to put that in her will.
Here you go. Have your fun. Yeah, that's donkey of the day for real.
So she gets donkey of the day.
But I do understand on the other side the extreme of what she's trying to prove.
I'm not hating on
I
PETA.
get it. She's get it. Really, don't.
Just like I don't hate on transgender movement.
Right.
I don't hate on the transgender movement.
Can be really
But
crazy.
what you guys are doing is when you start going too much, you turn people off that normally would have supported you.
Yeah, and listening to you.
That's the only reason.
That's true.
that I have against PETA.
Okay.
The foundation and what they stand for, I agree with.
Abuse to animals.
I agree.
I even still, before we get ready to go, I still struggle with the zoo, y'all. I do.
Again, you go to the zoo.
I like the zoo because you're learning, but I don't like the zoo.
They look miserable, and they look miserable.
They sit there all hot.
They look miserable, and we've been to Africa.
Oh,
we've been on a safari.
Where they were
know
free.
what a lion is supposed.
Yes.
The lions in the zoo are like.
I wish I can get out of here. Don't fall in here because I'll tear your head up.
We've seen penguins in South Africa running around.
Monkeys was in South Africa in Cape
we
Town.
Had
following our car.
Free monkeys in Cape Town coming up
to our car.
Even at the restaurant.
At the restaurant while we were sitting, the people were sitting there eating.
Baboons and all that.
And ostrich was going up and down the hills and stuff. They was free. But that zoo. That's the problem.
We seen a hippo, not a hippo, a rhino.
We thought he was going to charge
the mom and dad or trying to keep getting the
kids
kid
crossing the street,
and they didn't listen, and he was getting frustrated. The father was.
Yes. He was going to
charge our Jeep. How was he
going
to get frustrated in the zoo?
He was going to charge our Jeep, y'all, because he thought we was going to come threaten the kids.
So I get it.
Yeah.
But then you have these zoos saying we also study them and we also give back to the...
We make the environment like how they would be outside.
But they give back. They say we get money. The money goes back to these other countries and they try to...
I feel bad.
So, but
birds inside a thing that they got only just a little area to fly.
An eagle. How's an eagle in a zoo?
But I know you got to learn about them. That's the only way to learn, I guess.
He's never going to be an eagle that's going to, like you see in the wild, that come and grab a calf and try to pick him up.
Yeah.
He's in a zoo.
Yeah, I know.
Being hand-fed.
That's the only problem I have. That's the controversial one.
So I get it.
Whole zoo thing.
I get it. I get it. I get it, PETA. I'm with you. I understand people who want to be vegetarians. I got it. If you want to be vegan, I got it.
Exactly. Nothing from an animal.
I got it. But just two things I ask. One, don't go overboard like PETA, the transgender movement and PETA and all of that. And two, don't be fat.
Now, there's other, everything that we eat still has things in it. They can get like pasta.
Then don't do that.
Our friend was
if you're making a
vegetarian
choice,
and all she ate was pasta.
If you're making a conscious choice to eat healthier and not eat meat, that should be the same with potatoes and pasta.
A lot of starch.
You giving up one thing to be more healthy.
Yes.
And increase it. That's like saying, I'm going to give up marijuana, but I'm just going to drink alcohol all the time.
Wine. You do want more wine than you do the marijuana.
Or you just be a wino.
I don't know.
You'll
up the wine drinking.
Yeah.
And get off of the marijuana.
I'm not going to do marijuana anymore, but I'm going to have 6 glasses of wine instead.
Okay, I get it.
You just trading one vice for the other.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
You're going to be fat. Go out in the vein.
Fat power.
If I'm going to be fat, I'm going to have a fat casket. I'm going to... You want to say she lived a big life.
She lived a good life.
A big life. She went on cruises. She ate all you can eat. She ordered more than one entree. She tasted all the desserts.
But we had a story saying they don't let us do that no more.
Well, Carnival.
Oh, Carnival don't let you order more than one entree.
I don't know if they don't
condone. They don't
push
promote it.
You almost gotta make them. I want more than one entree.
I want the steak.
I want to try the steak and the chicken.
That chicken carbonara.
Ma'am. The steak is a porterhouse, sir. I want the steak. I'm pretending like I'm at Red Lobster or Ponderosa, where I have a combo meal. I have a steak and a piece of chicken and the potato and some broccoli or whatever. I want to
try that pasta too.
Or why would I just get chicken fettuccine? That's a side at Red Lobster.
You know what?
That's the shrimp trio.
They made it a meal now.
But why would you have on the cruise fried shrimp, shrimp fettuccine, as separate entrees? I want the trio. I want the scampi.
But they thinking it's enough for one meal.
Well, we'll split it then.
Okay. But we haven't been on a cruise in a while, so we don't know if there's been new
We've been
rules.
on a cruise in 2 years. This ain't been that long.
I'm saying since that rule has changed for Carnival.
Oh, since the rule has changed,
Okay.
yeah. All right, y'all. We'll try to do something this year. I want to go on one this year.
Okay.
All right, y'all. What y'all got on here? She's throwing a bell. Okay, Wendy. Layla says potatoes are my favorite food. All right, Layla. And then she's saying, Layla said, I'm trying to become a vegetarian. See? You going to be one of those, Layla. You going to be a fat vegetarian.
Hopefully not if you're eating a lot of potatoes.
You going to give up meat and just load your stuff up with potatoes.
But you know what? I have a coworker. She's very petite, under 100 pounds. Her body doesn't act right when she doesn't have beef. She has to have beef in her diet.
And the doctor says she has to.
And the doctor told her that. So I was like, wow, you got it. She said every now and then she has to have beef.
Some people can be.
Whatever's in the beef, it helps her.
Some people can become a vegetarian.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Respect. We just need, it's about respecting one another.
Yes.
You know, where we're at with our eating habits and stuff.
All right, y'all. We survived TikTok. They didn't cut us off. For some reason. Every time we go on, they cut us off.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Don't forget our joke of a day book. 100 family-friendly jokes. The link is in the description.
And I'm working on volume 2.
She's working on volume 2. And you could go to Amazon and put in 100 family-friendly jokes. And you can pull it up there, the Woods Report.
Support our station.
Help support our channel. You can also give super chats throughout. I don't mention that throughout the thing, but you can give super chats throughout this live.
Okay.
And you can also join any of our. We're gonna start recording. I told Lenora every day.
Started, yeah.
We're gonna start recording every day.
Just private recording.
Advice and things people want us to talk about and stuff like that.
You know, more the back.
Right.
What is it called?
And those would be members only videos. Only if you're a member,
backstage
you can see those.
with us. Really.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, y'all. And that was it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Always believe. And that was another Woods Report. See you later.